Hello. Hey, oh, I better take this pillow down and pull this up. There we go. There we go. There we go. How you doing? Ew. How you doing today? Can you hear me? Oh yes. Very good. Very good. I gotta make sure things are up and running. Okay. You know. Hmm. So how's your day today? Um, as for me, let me just come up here because part of my afro, up afro. My little do today. Did my little makeup. Yeah, I tried. I'm trying. I hope I'm getting better. So, how's your day? I hope all is well with you. As for me, well, I got something to show you. All right, I'm bringing this here, and I'm gonna bring this down. Here it is. Yep, that's my husband right here. It's my husband. It's in my heart forever. He's the one that passed away in October. Yep. So the last time I wore this shirt was actually the first time I wore that shirt was at the funeral, and I didn't pick it up ever since then until today. Kind of proud of myself because the grieving process is getting a little bit softer. Still there, still there. I think about him constantly. So yeah, the pain is still there, but it's you know I'm managing well. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thank God. Thank God. Yep. So lunchtime with me, and I'm gonna play a little bit, of the TV. Probably my reactions about whatever that's on the TV. So here we go. Oh Lord, I don't know what's going on. So let's see. Maybe I should YouTube it. What you think? And what's going on? What's going on today in the society of the politics? What's going on? Um, hmm. We're gonna do a fact check about this virus. Trump's um, whatever virus claim. So I'm gonna play this. It's about 8 minutes and 21 minutes. I mean, 8 minutes and 21 seconds of a video. So let's get my reaction on this. This is my first time hearing it now. This is 3 hours ago. They post this up on YouTube. This is CNN, and already for 3 hours they got 12,000 views. Pretty good, huh? Pretty
Breaking
good.
news. The CDC this morning is investigating
Watch
what could be
this.
the first case of coronavirus in the United States involving a patient. This patient is in California, who doesn't appear to have traveled out of the country nor has been in contact with any known person infected with it. They caught this through what is called community spread. In other words, just out there from a coronavirus source that has yet to be detected in the United States. CNN's Sanjay Gupta joins us live from the White House. Sanjay, you attended this press conference with the president last night. We'll get to that in a moment. First, the news this morning. What does it mean that there is a possible case of community spread? Why is that concerning? And I understand you also have concerns about the process with which this patient went through over the last 7 days.
Yeah, there's no question. I mean, when we're talking about where, what is happening with coronavirus in this country, the idea that it will start to spread within communities has been the concern all along. If you talk to public health officials at the CDC,
I'm gonna stop it. They got a map up here, and it says confirmed cases in the U.S. It's Washington State. I can't see this because of the thing. Okay, Washington State, California, Arizona, Illinois, Wisconsin, Massachusetts. Wow, already. So it's like already in the middle, on the west, and up there on the east, northeast. Oh my God, y'all. But okay, let's keep going with this, okay? Just stay safe, y'all. Seriously. I care enough to say to stay safe. Listen to what they say. Don't listen to the people that don't know what they're talking about. For an example, I'm going to tell you, 45. Why? Because he didn't get elected to be a doctor. He got elected to be a president, right? Per se. So do your president duties. You know what I'm saying? Stop being a doctor and a lawyer and a this and a that. You can't do everybody's job. You know what I mean? One person can't do everything. Don't make any sense to me. But let me just keep going, okay? Let me just crazy. Oh Lord, here come my daughter. Hold on. You know I'm doing a video, but hold on.
Can I just get my shower? Do you know where the black shower gel was? That was in the
Oh yes, I had to take it out because Tay.
Yeah. Can I just borrow it?
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's yours. What do you mean borrow? It's yours.
That's fine. No, just this one.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah, I didn't want her to go crazy with it. Hello. Sorry about the interruption. Back to the video. And I'm going to eat. So watch me eat, honey. Bang.
Look, it's not a question of if, but when. And as the question now is this the point now? Has this started to happen with this patient? As you mentioned, no relevant travel to one of these areas and no known contact with someone who's infected. Another concern, John, is that in many ways, patient, for many days had symptoms, may have been actually exposing other people to this virus and did not get tested, in part because was told that it did not meet the criteria for testing. And keep in mind, give you a little context here, in South Korea, we've been talking a lot about South Korea, they've been doing thousands of tests a day on people in South Korea. Here in the United States, they've done maybe up to 1,000 total over the last several weeks. So this has been a concern. Are we being too strict with who's getting tested here? And as a result, are we missing people? Keep in mind, you've heard the numbers. The vast majority of people of the 60 who are diagnosed with this infection in this country were people who were repatriated from this boat, the cruise line. 14 people were travel or known to be in contact with travel. This is the one patient, but this is at odds with what we're seeing in many other countries around the world now. So have we not been testing enough in this country, and as a result, have we missed what could be many more people who've been diagnosed who are carrying this infection?
Sanjay, this one is such a game changer because this patient, as you're describing, breaks the mold, right? So I think that in some ways the CDC, because this patient didn't fit any of the criteria, the CDC dragged their feet, as you're pointing out. But do we now have enough testing capacity and testing kits when people present at the hospital and it might look like the flu, it might look like some sort of respiratory thing? Do we have the means to test everyone?
I don't think we do, and I think that this has been a glaring problem. To be candid, again, you look at other countries around the world, including Korea, they have the testing. They've been doing the testing, up to thousands of tests a day. We know that some of the original test kits that were sent out to what are called POC, point of care locations, were flawed. For various reasons. They didn't have the right control, they didn't have the right reagents, whatever it might be. But I think, the numbers change a little bit, but they maybe only 7 different hospitals and locations around the country where you can actually get this testing done. And look, anecdotally, I talk to my friends in the medical community and they say, hey, there's patients who may be fitting the criteria here. They weren't necessarily in China, but they were in Korea. They fly back, they're sick. They go to the doctor. They say, I should be tested. They're told, no, you don't fit the criteria. And by the way, we don't have the tests anyways. I don't want to overstate this, but the concern is, from a public health standpoint, readiness, really one of the first criteria is surveillance. And it's not clear to me right now that we have had the adequate surveillance in this country over the last several weeks to really get an idea of how significant this coronavirus outbreak is here in this country. We could be missing people.
Sanjay, you were in this news conference. last night, and I felt that your exchange with the president was what I'm most revealing. We'll get to that in a second.
Delicious.
I want to know what you think the main takeaways were.
Well, I think clearly the goal for the many people on that stage was to project this air of confidence and competence around this, and also to announce the vice president as sort of the quarterback of this entire process. Not a czar. They took great pains to say this isn't a czar, but someone who's going to oversee this, and someone different than the health secretary. But I think that was really the goal. And obviously the president did most of the talking. They did have others, including Dr. Fauci. Dr. Schuchat say a few words, but it was really the president's show. President taking a lot of these questions, even some of the more scientifically based questions.
That's the first day ever in that.
But I think that was what they wanted to do.
Never
I don't
been
think
in
there
there.
was a lot of new information by any means that came out of that conference, other than the appointing of the vice president in this position.
There were many times that the president expressed surprise about certainly the severity of the flu. He kept saying that this was news to him. He didn't know how serious the flu was. I mean, he watches a lot of TV. You'd think that one would have come up. But here's your exchange with him about the flu.
Good point.
The flu has a fatality ratio of about 0.1%. Correct. This has a fatality ratio somewhere between 2 and 3%. Given that, we don't know exactly the numbers. And the flu is higher than that. The flu is much higher than that. There's more people who get the flu, but this is spreading, and it's going to spread maybe within communities. That's his expectation. Does that worry you? Because that seems to be what worries the American. No, because we're ready for it.
What did you take away from that exchange, Sunday?
Well, there are a few things. First of all, the president, I think earlier was talking about the similarities between this coronavirus and the flu in terms of how it spreads. And, there are similarities there. These are both very contagious pathogens. I think there's two things that really surprised me. One is that, like you point out, that we've been talking about the fact that flu does kill tens of thousands of people every year. And apparently he didn't know that up until right before this briefing. He was told this apparently by Dr. Fauci right ahead of time. But also in the midst of our exchange, all of a sudden he said, well, no, flu mortality rates are higher than coronavirus. I don't know why he said that, where he got that. It's not true. I mean, here's the concern. If you have two transmissible pathogens, flu and coronavirus, they're both pretty transmissible.
Right.
Flu mortality rates are about 0.1%. So 0.1% of the people who get an infection with the flu will die of it. With coronavirus, so far, the largest studies show the numbers closer to 2%. That's a 20-fold difference. So if you have the same transmissibility, but one is 20 times more lethal, it is clear why public health officials are concerned about this. And I guess I was a little worried in an effort to sort of reassure people. I'm not sure the president understood that particular point, at least in our exchange.
Stop right there. This is serious. This is so serious. This dude in the White House is playing with our health. Come on, people. Really? That's what I'm saying. See, do the president thing. You're not a doctor. Oh, this and that. Oh, maybe this thing. No, stop speculating. This is not your job. Unless you have a doctor present to back up everything in facts, but obviously he don't like facts. But it's okay. God's still in control, no matter what. No matter what, he's still in control. Whatever is going on, God has every step of the way of controlling this whole thing. I'm watching the whole thing. And I am. I don't know about you, but I am watching this whole thing. And God is in control. Because we ain't dead yet. Thank you, Jesus. Okay. We ain't dead yet. So thank God. You know what I mean? So far, so good. Thank you, Lord. Because, if it was really in Trump's hand, we'll be dead. Okay? I'm telling you. It's all in God's hands, man. Look and see. Look and live, too. I'm just going to play this a little bit right here. See what they got to say.
Sanjay, and that struck me as incredibly worrisome. It's dangerous if the president doesn't understand the coronavirus is 20 times more deadly than the flu. 20 times more deadly. Look, it is. We may be able to do things to slow down the spread, and there's no reason to panic, but you need to understand the facts here. And if one of the facts is it's 20 times more deadly, the president has to acknowledge that.
He has to acknowledge it, and it changes, I think, the entire approach, right? Going back to this testing thing, if you're dealing with something, where you're worried that you have something that transmissible, and the criteria for testing has been too strict, so that people are getting missed in this whole shuffle. They're getting looped in with flu or cold. You don't know if they actually have the coronavirus. All of a sudden, we could have a significant increase in the number of cases.
Mm-hmm. Now, I was sick the other day. I'm not saying I had that. No, it was just one day, tummy thing, whatever. And thank God, we have to be careful out here. You know what I mean? Even with that one day tummy virus or whatever they call it out there. Thank God that, came in and came right out. You know what I mean? Thank God. And, with everything's open now, people are, sick right now, or some people just finished being sick. They still open, you know what I'm saying, to the other diseases. So y'all got to be careful out here, okay? Listen to the doctors, okay? Please listen to the doctors. Say cover up, cover up. If they say spray this, eat that, whatever, I don't know. Just make sure, do your research, make sure if it's good for you or whatever. You do have a decision to, it is your choice. I'm not telling you what to do, but to save your life, for me, I'll listen to the doctors. Excuse me, and not 45 because he don't have a doctorate degree. What for? I wouldn't even listen to me. I don't have a doctorate degree. You know what I'm saying? So, oh yes, visit the website www.releaseandbuildhumanrelationship.com. I'm still eating. So, yes, visit there, okay? And there's plenty of things there, even for you to communicate. And I'm going to read comments and, put it online, give you all shout outs and stuff like that. Okay? So until then, you be blessed and have a wonderful and prosperous day.